everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Craft Designs. I'm coming by today. You know when something gets in your head and you can't get it out? So, I'm coming by today with more of these wands. I'm going to use the little lava beads. These are from Nbeads. And I'm also going to use these Crackle glass beads. Sorry, I have two things going on at once. So, let's try to keep them together here. I've got the lava beads with some of the orange, a couple of red, and a couple of these half and half black and clear Crackle glass. Okay, those are to go with. This is out of my stash. I could tell you where it came from, but it really wouldn't do you any good. It came from our local trade days, which is Bowie Trade Days. And there is a little Asian bead market. I've shopped there for years. I just love her. So, that's that one. The next one, I've done blue and purple Crackle glass beads, and I've grabbed just a couple of the little, I believe they're quartz points, but they're dyed similarly to the same color that the beads are. Okay, so wooden dowels, beads. I need glue sticks. I'll be right back. Okay. This bead is drilled top to bottom. So I just put a head pin, because obviously the little tiny wire just wouldn't work. So I've run a head pin, and then I've bent it. I've bent it out. So I bent it out at a 45 degree. Then I placed it where I wanted it, on top of that wooden dowel, and then bent it down so that would hold what I'm going for there. Okay, so let's get started. Little bit of glue on the top. Okay, I'll hold that head pin a little bit. See if I can get this a little bit more like I want. I just want it parallel to the wand itself and straight, obviously. Okay, so I'm just going to let this cool, and I'll be right back. Okay, I just did the same thing with the purple blue one. I'm going to set this one aside temporarily. And we're just going to work on this one for now. Alright. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to pour everything out. Okay. Now, I'm going to start with more of the little lava beads at the top. And then go down, I think. I don't know. Alright. I'm going to go against... I won't say my better judgment, but... I really want that to kind of cover that spot of glue that I just put. Again, I'm just gonna wait for this to dry. I know that's a lot of drying, but really and truly it only takes a couple of minutes. Okay, now let's see about a black one. See, because I'm so impatient, I don't wait for the glue to dry and then I stick my finger in it. So this time, I'm going to do what I said. My mother always said, do as I say and not as I do. I love you, Mama, and miss you. Alright. So, yeah. Let's go with maybe another black one. Because I have exactly one more of those. Alright, this time I'm going to go a little lower down. It's really important to make sure those wires are embedded in the glue, because that's what they're there for. They're there to add strength, because as we know, hot glue does not necessarily stick to glass beads. Okay, so I'm gonna let this cool a minute, and then I'll be right back. Okay, off camera, I did build up underneath of the beads just a bit. Because we're at the top, I want it to kind of taper down, which is why I work on building. I'm glue stringed. Which is why I work on building up the tip end. Alright? I want to put a little lava bead right there. Okay. When you see glue strings, you know I stuck my finger in it. Okay. I'll do another one. No, I'm actually gonna do another one of these orange. And glue yourself to the backside. Okay, I just added a few more. Remember what I said. At this point, it's gonna look awful. And it always does, trust me. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'll add another orange bead, like maybe there. And then same thing over here. I'll continue with the smaller crackle glass beads, kind of in a downward progression till I run out. And then I'll just keep going with the lava beads, and I'll intersperse a red one a couple of times, because 2 is all I got. Okay? So, there we go. Let's go with the orange one first. I'm not actually very good at, but I'm trying to put it where the wire is going through the bead in a sort of horizontal direction. And then I'll push down on the wire to make it bend it down to the wand. Okay. So again, I'll just let that dry before I try to remove the glue strings. Okay, first of all, I can't believe I said dry. That is one of my little pet peeves. Hot glue doesn't dry. It cools. Okay, in the meantime, before I start on the next layer down, I'm going to try to build it up a little bit right under that bead, like I've done on the others. Okay, so I didn't do this little lava bead, and I didn't do that one. I should have already done that one. Okay, and then this black one. Smooth out up to those places where I stuck my hand. Okay, now I'm gonna let this cool, but I'm gonna keep turning it, because that's not a low temperature glue gun, so the glue stays liquid quite a while. And if you just put it in one spot, yeah, it will sag. So, alright. Okay. One of the things I should have said is these little beads don't come wired up. I've got a really, it's probably 20 plus years old, spool of its hobby and flower wire is just floral wire. It is the uncoated, super thin floral wire. Okay, just run it through the bead and twist it. Okay. Okay. Still a couple of little glue strings, but now this one goes a lot further down than, say, this one. Okay, so this one is going to be a new design, and I think I like it. Okay, I did it where each bead has a trailing glue blob below each one. I don't know how else to describe it. So I'm going to try to continue that on down the shaft of the wand. Okay, so let me see what I can do here. Okay, I want to do that, and then I want to manipulate its flow a little bit. Okay, first I had it running downhill, then I turned it down so the gravity could work in my favor. I don't know if you can see that. It's a delicious little glue blob. So I'm going to continue on down, and I'll be back. Okay, now one of the things that I did want to say is it took probably 30 more minutes, no kidding, to do the rest of this wand. So, probably... Okay, you know, I always say, forgive me, I've already been black gessoing, but I've already been black gessoing. So, first of all, I've got a small paintbrush. A small, it's a old and a stiff bristle. That's what I was trying to think of. Try to start with a dry paintbrush. If you use a dry paintbrush, you'll get better coverage. Water when you just want smooth. Dry when you want coverage. Okay, so this is just a heavy black gesso. Any kind will do. And I'm doing black gesso on these in particular. This one I'm wanting a magma, lava kind of look. And this one I'm going for a galaxy kind of look. Okay? So, just take your time. Don't worry if you get black gesso on any of the beads, because they're glass and it will scratch right back off. Same thing with the quartz crystals. Even the lava beads, they're already black. So, I'm just going to make a start, and then I'll finish it off camera. Now, in doing this, I did realize that there were quite a few places that didn't have any gesso at all. I mean, any glue at all. So, I was actually just painting on the bare wood. Alright. Okay, just gonna keep on, and I'll be back when they're done. Okay, while the paint is still, and this one is still damp, this one is still, it's not set. It takes time. Acrylic paint takes about 3 days before it fully cures. It'll be dry within 30 minutes, but it takes time for it to cure. So after it's dry, but before it's cured, it's really easy to remove the paint. Okay, this one, well, I've almost done them all. The only thing that I can say is that you have to keep manipulating how you turn it, because otherwise you can't see it. Okay, and each one is surrounded by its own little glue setting, we'll call it. It's not really a bail, but a bezel, but a setting. Kind of like on a ring. So you just have to keep, like I said, finding a different position so that you can see where the paint is still on the glass. Okay. Okay, I've just got a couple of, first of all, don't they look prettier now? This is a cinnamon drop. Cinnamon drop. Okay. A really cruddy old paper towel. Alright. Now I'm just gonna I don't really even know. I'm gonna dry brush a little bit of this red. Okay, it will take a couple of coats. Alright, just something like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the, this is apple barrel orange. Oh, weirdly enough. Now, orange in general in the acrylic paint world is a very translucent color. And you'll notice I didn't wipe my brush. Because I want to keep that red undertone. Now there's just one spot with the orange, weirdly enough. So I'm gonna make it a little oranger. Oh, really didn't necessarily mean to paint that bead. Okay, now you can just add a little bit more here and there under these crystals a little bit. I don't know what they're called, but anyway. Okay. With this one, I didn't necessarily even have a plan. I've never actually been very good at creating a magma effect. Okay. Take a little bit more of this black gesso. Again, without wiping my paintbrush out. Alright, now I'm just going to let that dry. Then I'm going to go back in with the same two colors again with just, I don't know if I can find it, just a finer, little bit more detail brush and a little bit heavier application of the paint. Smaller brush than this though. Okay, it was inevitable. One part wasn't going to get filmed, but it was just the silver wax that I put on and the gold wax, respectively. These are just glitters that are out of that chameleon glitter. This is the iridescent lavender and the iridescent blue. I'm going to use those on the galaxy one. Then I've got bronze violet and copper bronze that I'm going to use on the other one. Now, I've just got a scrap bill here. Sorry about that. I'm going to, although I'm not going to mix them together on the wand itself, what falls, I'm just going to mix it together in another little tub like this. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I really kind of like these mixes, so I've just got a bottle of glossy accents. This is Crackle accents in particular, but just because it has a fine, I've got a fine bottle, but it's really down there where I can't reach it. Oh lordy, I really make myself sound quite lazy, don't I? Alright, this is not the best at coming out of this bottle. It's probably because it's really old. But luckily, it's really warm here in Texas today, so I say luckily. Depends on what you like. Luckily for me. Hey, sorry about that. This is really hard to squeeze glue just because it's so thick. And I was really afraid a cuss word was gonna slip out. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yes, you'll be covered with glitter, but it's worth it. You know it is. Just set this aside for a second so you can see how really, I can't say it enough times, really pretty this is. From the way it started out and the point where I told you I know it's ugly right now, really, tell me that isn't really pretty. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, these little condiment cups right here are just off of Amazon. And they are the most convenient little things. Besides that you can store your polymer clay in them. Which is actually what I got them for, but I haven't used it for it yet. Okay, so this is the purple blue. I don't know how else to show you, but alright, here's that mix. Okay. Okay, now I'm just gonna squeeze the glue off of camera so I don't cuss at you, and I'll be right back. Okay, not so much cussing as having to hold my mouth just right. I actually might want to do this one first. Hey. I'll try a little bit of this. Try to sprinkle it just where you want it and completely overshoot the mark. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I know it looks nothing like magma, but it's so sparkly. Okay, again, I will probably lay this glitter down a little bit better, and then I'll spray it with a spray sealer. I think I've got a Rust-Oleum 2 times clear or something like that. I just love it. Okay. Let me clean it up a bit. Because, Lordy, I don't want to spill that glitter. Okay, there they are. So pretty. This is the 4th one I've made. And I'm super impressed every time. And this time, I just used beads. This time was all beads except for this, well, it was a bead. This lava bead, this oval-shaped lava bead. So pretty. I just love them. And then this one was the crystal points, which are just quartz crystal points, and the Crackle glass beads. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Nbeads. I don't know what else to say, but even I'm surprised at how well these worked. Super pretty. When I was making the tutorial on the first ones, I just caught out of the corner of my eye these Crackle glass beads that I just had done an unboxing of. Okay. Thank you again so much to Nbeads. I'll put the links below to Nbeads for the Crackle glass beads and other stuff. And coupon code. I've got a coupon code. Okay, thank y'all so much for watching. The rest of my social media links are listed below. I've got an Amazon shop I get a little kickback from. Bye for now.